as you said it, dude, he literally just, that's why I was late coming back on. Come on, let's open it live.
Open it, baby. Melanie has received a package in the mail. She is opening it right now.
The package is large, girthy, throbbing quill level. No, it's not. I shouldn't get their hopes up. It's not that kind of mail.
It is a
But
young adult book, actually.
ah, okay. We are.
Ooh.
This is very thoughtful wrapped, plastic-free wrap. Goose is living. Goose is living down there. She's run off with her. Ah, holy shit. This cover is fucking iconic. That was so fun that this came right now.
Beautiful.
So beautiful. So we have Brad on the podcast in a couple weeks.
Yes, we do.
Look at that. Oh, purple is hot. Purple is such a
It's
hot.
stunning.
Amazing. Where'd you connect with Brad? Was that at an event?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Brad and his sister they published that book together. But I interviewed Brad. He was on a panel I did at Y'all West.
Ah,
And he was so smart and thoughtful and really like articulate in his answers, much better than me. And so I was just so impressed by him that I was like, I have to have him on.
I'm sorry, fumbling articulate. It's just
Yeah,
iconic, you know?
feels right. It feels right. Articulate? Yeah, it's a hard word.
It is a hard word. It's almost like there to trip you up so you don't sound articulate when you say it, you know?
Yeah.
No, but that's
So
so
articulate.
cool. Oh, babe, look, I didn't even notice. Sprayed edges. I've ne Girl, that's my first sprayed edge book.
Oh, look at you. A book from a publisher, sprayed edged and all.
Sprayed edge. That's fucking hot.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm a little obsessed. You know,
right?
it's funny because, well, not funny. I didn't really expect anything when we started the podcast, but like, yeah, like I get probably because I'm in Australia as well, and I'm like, when I get it, I'm like, wow, that happens. You know? I think when
Yeah.
I started, I was like, oh yeah, authors might send us their books, and then they did, and I was like, oh, I guess not. Although you probably do get them being in the States and doing the events and stuff, but I was just like, it always like I'm just like, wait, they sent it down under.
They sent it down under. Yeah, I think because most of the time, what happens is when I reach out to authors,
Hmm.
it's just me DMing them or
Oh yeah.
messaging them. But with Brad, he was like, hey, here's my publicist's email. Do you mind getting a hold of them? And I was like,
Play.
yeah, no, of course. And
That's
so
hot.
the publisher was like, oh, can we send you books? And I said, yeah. Can you, my co host is in Australia. I don't know if that's something you are, want to do. And they're like, yeah, no, send us our info. So I was like, hell
Wow.
yeah. Okay, Penguin Random
Oh.
House.
They got that penguin budget because it is
I
ex they got that penguin Random House budget. Um, because in fairness, and I don't know, something about the last few years, like it's always been expensive to send shit to the States. But the last couple times I was just like,
Yeah.
like I think it cost me like $30 the other day to send like a small parcel. And I was like, what's happening with my $30? I was like, is the parcel having a seat on the plane? You
I'm
know?
just, yeah, I don't freaking know. I'm gonna just go ahead and blame our president.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds correct, you know?
Yeah, it feels right. It feels right, honestly.
But
So we're
all
gonna go
that
with that.
chaos
So
was
yeah.
to say I went from expecting that we might get books to then completely thinking it wasn't. So now when I get them, I'm just like, it feels
Yeah, I
really
should. Yeah.
special.
Well, yeah, and they're so beautiful too, so it's fun. I should now, just from now on, just be like, hey, can I, can we get books or what?
You know what? It wouldn't have, especially if there's a publicist.
Although there is this one publicist, she emails us so often
Real.
and with like really good like books, but they're not like our kind of books. They're more like
Mm,
adult like thrillers or like um
yeah.
But she emails you personally all
Who's
the
she?
time. She
Oh my
does. She says,
God,
"Hi,
slay.
Melanie." She emails you all the freaking time on the pub
Really?
persuasion. Yeah. And they're
Thanks for
good.
dealing
Honestly, they're
with,
good books.
thanks for handling it for me, Daddy Montoya. See, that's
I've
an
got you.
example of you like
Yeah.
optimizing your daddiness. Angela's just been over here handling all the emails, dealing with all the networking, booking all the guests. We
Daddy's
need the
here.
Daddy Montoya hat. And you do love a
Yes.
hat, don't you?
I do love a hat. I need a daddy hat.
I think I gotta put it in our merch store with your face from the bobblehead.
Say daddy's got it. Got
Or
you.
you as a pirate, you in that pirate filter. Dang, you should have
Shoot.
posed like that for Sinner's Isle release. You know?
Should have. Shoot. People have been trying, they'd be trying to buy me instead of the
They
book.
would. Speaking of buying books, I just want to take a moment. I'm going to take a moment every episode until November to shout out, to gloriously declare that you can now pre-order the ebook of our first throbbing quill of the publishing persuasion anthology, Jingle These Bells. And listen, I just have to say, you don't even know what a treat you're in for, you know? You are in
Mm-hmm.
for the treatest of treats. A goose is
Mm.
having a crisis as I say treat this many times. She's having an existential crisis. She's like,
She's got the chills.
Mother is recording, but she has said treat 5 times now. She's sighing. You probably can't hear that. She literally just like, she gives the most sassy little sighs. But
She's a
anyway,
sassy, sassy girl. Yes.
pre-order. You can pre-order the ebook, not the physical book yet, although we will have physical book options. But go, give our girl a boost. By our girl, this time I mean our Jingle These Bells girl.
Yeah. Oh, we should have checked the Amazon rankings like the day it
I know.
went
I
up,
checked
but
after.
we have the best like we're on the best lists. Like we're on humorous
Yeah.
erotica. Uh I
We're
can't
on
remember what other ones.
humorous holiday erotica, maybe. We were
Yeah,
on
we've got the good
two
ones.
humorous erotica lists, and that feels right because honestly, the story I just finished editing Haley's last night, and honestly, Haley made me laugh out loud a couple times. Like that dialogue is so on point, but like a lot of them have that real funny bone in them, which just delights me to no end, you know? And
Yes. No,
we
I know.
must give a moment to the original forefathers at this time. We give our thanks to Ice Planet Barbarians who I believe started this entire journey,
Mm,
which was
mm.
you were reading it and then you shyly brought it up and I latched onto that shit so hard. And that sleigh ride has never stopped.
It has not. It has not. We got to shout out Vera Valentine as
Oh, shout
well.
out Vera Valentine,
Yeah.
one of our
Uh,
ancient and most powerful gods, you know?
yes, I agree. Yes, because of our founding fathers,
A slutty
we
little
have, yeah.
a slutty little publishing house of our own. You
So
know?
thank you, founding fathers.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day because somebody asked me that. I was like, where did you like start? Where did this all start? And I was like, wait, where did it? And I was like, it was the deep law, the early pub persuasion days when you revealed you were reading. And like, I feel like at that time, like we'd never talked about reading like that kind of book. So you brought it up quite shyly, but also you've got such a incredible funny bone and such like I think you probably always trusted your funny bone even when you were shy because you are funny. So you kind of shyly brought it up, but not because you were just like cracking a joke, right? So you knew you could handle whatever my reaction was, I think. Am I going too deep dive
Yes.
into the human
No,
psyche
go
right
for it.
now?
Go. No, dive
You
deep,
know what I mean,
please.
though? Like, I
Yes,
think
yes.
when you bring up that you read stuff like that, you know a certain type of person. There'll be three reactions. One is like, fuck yes. One is like, oh, I haven't read that stuff, but like sounds interesting. And one is like, repent, whore. middle
Yes.
ground other than
No
those
middle
three
ground.
options.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, you did not say that last one. You might have thought it,
No,
but
I was like, let's start our own coven.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Not only did she say, "Wait a minute," she said, "I'm in."
I was so in. I immediately downloaded the ebook. I ravaged it, and then I feel like our next several episodes were about that.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And like if you allow yourself to just enjoy the stories and like enjoy the ridiculousness of it, it really just makes you feel like it's just like this lighthearted,
Yeah.
wild event that is just like so great. So
I
allow
agree,
yourself
but I
some,
also agree that it's like a great, and like we've chatted about this before, like there's the fun side, but there's also the like liberation side of these kinds of works. Like especially like women writing them, especially like the ability to reach a mainstream audience with it. Like, because historically, like sex, the female body in particular, it's been all so demonized and so controlled. And so they're also like revolutionary pieces to me in their own way. Like as much as I enjoy I love that there's both. There's this like just stupid age old deep human humor attached to it. And then there's the sexual part of it, the heat, the like awakening, you know?
yes,
Which we all turn
yes.
to story for as well. There's a reason it's popular, right? People love to hear a little sexy story to get them in the mood. Like, I think that's as old as time.
Absolutely.
But then,
Yes.
yeah, there is this kind of, as we've chatted about, this like, yeah, deeper, yeah, revolutionary threads
Revolution.
that we
I
can
love
write
that.
this shit and
One of the things I really also love about our anthology in particular is that not only is it a bunch of women writing, but we do also have one of our favorite listeners and friends of the show, Gabriel Torres,
yeah,
has a short story in here. So we have queer representation, we have all sorts. And so
we
it just makes me
do.
like so freaking happy that we're getting to just see love and lust on the page.
Yeah.
We got boy on boy, girl on girl, non-binary love. It makes me so freaking happy.
I love that you brought that up because I've been a bit emotional about that in the end, that like it kind of reflected like just our general community like so beautifully, and that just made me, that part's been like really moving to see all the different versions of love and to be able to celebrate that. And yeah, I'm so like proud for so many reasons of this anthology. But yeah, I love you for bringing that one up because we're so lucky to work with all these authors, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's honestly one of the highlights of my life doing this.
Aww,
Seriously,
that's
it's so,
really good.
yeah, like editing has been like a really wild experience. Like I've actually like giving feedback and wanting to see a writer level up their piece and then watching them do it is like I didn't expect how that would move me because obviously we had to do the edits as part of doing this, and I kind of didn't think too deeply about it when we were setting up our like process and our plans. But actually reaching this part and just being like, yeah, I've loved editing. I've loved like watching people level up. I love providing that feedback and diving into their worlds and their stories and then seeing how it changes it.
Oh my gosh, yes. We have had so much fun
Yeah.
because we've done the first round of revisions, round of edits with an edit letter, and then we've sent them off to all of our writers. And so we're slowly getting them back now and getting to
Mm.
reread everything that they've worked on. And the difference is so amazing. And it's truly, it's so, so cool. It's so fun to just realize how talented everybody is. And you know, you think
Yeah.
like I've heard people say this before, and it's always something I've never agreed with, and I know you don't either, but how some people see other writers or other authors as competition.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
so, so wrong to think that way because you're like missing out on getting to meet and like grow and learn from and experience other writers doing their thing and to be inspired by
Mhm.
them. It has been so fun to watch. And we have writers at all stages in their career doing this. And so it's fun to get to see everybody like stepping their game up and learn. And it's inspirational, honestly.
And fun to see that like the community that like I'm so like proud papa beaming every time I see our contributors boosting each other, and I see it a lot. Like the reality is like hype creates hype. Like I just love that they also all have that desire to see each other succeed and boost each other, and also knowing like that's it. Like I have so many feelings about that because we've all experienced people who don't want to see you succeed, and I just don't get it. The longer I think about it, the less I get that scarcity mindset because it's ultimately not like the scarcity means your own seeds won't grow because you are
Mm,
constantly suffocating them because your community is water to the seeds as well.
mm,
So I can't even get, even from a narcissistic point of view, how people think operating that way is going to help them progress long term. More and more, I don't understand it. And it's just a miserable way to exist, like and it's such a long journey. Like also the joy of my life, seeing my friends succeed. If my friends weren't succeeding, I don't even think I would want it. Do you know what I mean? If I just had to like constantly like watch my friends suffer and they never experience success, what would be the point? You know what I mean? Like it's the
yeah.
joy of. Anyway, she's ranty. I
She's
have a
going
lot
good.
of feelings like about this, and that I've experienced those rooms where you walk in with the scarcity mindset and they are so threatened by any little thread of success, and the compliments are laced in poison.
Mm,
You know what I'm talking about? There's people who
hmm.
compliment you and like it's not a compliment.
Yeah.
It's like it's a it's a tactic.
Yes.
They're trying to
Yes.
like work something out about you. There's just a different feeling, when somebody like really wants to see you succeed. And like it's definitely human to have desire and jealousy and whatever. But yeah, as you know, I cannot encourage people enough to challenge that in yourself. It's going to be a very miserable existence if you don't, you know?
Yes. It really freaking is. And honestly, like you can tell when somebody is feeling that way, like is
You can
feeling the nasty vibes.
yeah,
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 like the
yeah, yeah.
claws are out.
Scarcity mindset people will make you think that you are not safe without that scarcity mindset. But it is so limiting and it's ultimately just going to punish your own career.
Period. Full stop. That was it. That's exactly right. We don't need that in our
We
lives.
don't need
And
that
you
bad
stay away
energy.
from those people.
Stay
You stay away
away.
from bad energy people. You might see people and think they're so great, and then you might meet them and you're like, oh, wait, that's a bad player. And then you just stay away and you move on and you go find your own people that you love.
Well said. I Now like I'm gonna do a terrible segue because I'm like, can you tell us about your spooky project that you're working on, or it's secret?
Oh, yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I haven't sold it or anything, but I am really excited about it. I think it could be really, I think I'm going to be in my like spooky gothic girl era.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about it.
Is
It'll
it
always
YA?
have like humor. Yeah, this one's YA.
Mm,
We'll see. I mean, we're gonna try and pitch it to Joy Rev and see what they say. But I could see it going either way. But it's young adult. I mean, right
mm.
now, but it's very. It's gonna be very slow burn, very angsty. Like, it's like Coco, the kids movie Coco,
Oh
but
yeah.
gothic. So it's vibes. It's really really. I think it's gonna be fun.
This feels
Yeah.
right. This feels like and I feel like I remember in early version of Sinner's Isle that it was like darker as well. So I'm really excited for you to
Yes.
lean into your dark roots.
I am too. Well, and I always think of death, and I'm always afraid of dying. So I
Yeah.
think I'm just gonna face it head on, and it's all about death.
I love that so much though. And that like I honestly feel like some of those deep human fears, like a lot of that is why we turn to story. So I think like facing that and like pulling it apart for yourself and writing about it is going to be utter perfection. I'm ready
I
for
hope so.
Halloween Montoya. Halloween release again?
Yes. I hope so. I think it'd be perfect fall 2027. Somebody please buy this book. We'll
Yes.
see. We're seeing. We're working on it now.
Yeah.
Me and my agent. So then we're gonna pitch it, and then we shall keep our fingers crossed.
Fingers and toes crossed. I was also going to ask you,
Yes.
like, I like to just do a little check-in about how you're feeling in general about your writing journey to date. I feel like we haven't done a check-in like since A Cruel Thirst came out.
Oh. Um. I I
On the
feel
spot?
good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel on the spot. Thank you for putting me on the spot. No, I feel good. I feel like we'll see how good I feel when I hear what people think about my book. No,
Yeah,
I feel like I keep stepping up my game and
you
learning and
do.
growing. So on that end, I feel like I'm like finding my success. Would I like my sales to be better and to be selling millions of books? Yes.
Mm,
But I love what Vanessa said. Like the goal, at least for most of us, I think, for many of us, isn't just to have the one big book, make a splash, sort of a thing, but it's to
yes.
have a career and to keep writing and to keep building and growing. So, in my mind, I just keep telling myself like keep working and keep getting better. And I think of I think of
Yeah,
many authors
yeah.
who have these big smash hits. But when you think and you look back at their career, they've been writing sometimes for decades before
Mm-hmm.
they, make it big and like everybody knows their name and all that stuff. So that to me is what I'm working toward. I don't care about everybody knowing my name, but I'm working toward
They will.
selling a lot of books so then I can make a lot of money.
Yes.
We want to
Preach.
make that money. We want to make that
Yes, I
money.
love you for just saying that because that's it. Like we're allowed to treat this as a career. We're allowed to want to pay our bills with this. We put enough work to want that. And I think absolutely we have to claim that and not, there's often this shyness around money things relating to books. And I think it's because the industry is so unpredictable. But like
Yeah.
something I remind myself a lot lately is, and I think it's the same for you, this is the start. This
Mhm.
is still the start. Imagine what we can do. Imagine where we're going to be in 5 years, 10 years, if our beginning looks like this. You know?
Period. Oh, I love
I
that.
try to remind myself a lot lately because sometimes I'll be like, oh, things are so slow in the sub trenches. Everything's always so slow until it's not. And it's like
Yeah.
everything's suddenly happening. But yeah, I think about it and I was like, well, if I was studying for any other career and I just graduated, you would again be starting from where whatever business you started at, whether you started your own business. A lot of businesses don't break even in their first few years. That's after doing the course, the trade, whatever. So if you compare writing to that and you think about it as your trade, like this is the first years of your trade. Yeah, like maybe you didn't get that bone, maybe you're still the student wage. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
try to reframe it like that a lot because I think sometimes we expect like because it can happen, right?
Yeah.
But that I don't know
Yeah.
if that should be the expectation because if it happens, it happens. But I do see that consistently people who just keep hustling, leveling up. You're right. Like every time we talk to one of our guests, they've had this like, and when you hear it in one or two sentences and like, yeah, I had this agent and then I had that agent. But the actual agony of living through that would have been immense. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's so good. It's such a good way to like think about it and just to kind of like ground yourself in it
Yeah.
because you do, and you even mentioned this, like you see people, your peers, you see people who just hit the ground
Yeah.
running and they just explode. And so you're like, oh, okay, that's the standard. But that's not true. That
Mm,
is an exception. And that's something that would be amazing for all of us, but it couldn't be for all of us because,
that's it.
know,
Yeah.
so it's one of those things that it's a unicorn thing to just explode like that. But for most of us, we're out here building our list. We're out here grinding and continuing to write and meet other authors and network and so we're getting there too. We'll get there eventually, but in
Yeah.
a different way. And both ways are great and beautiful. Um, but again, it's everybody has their own different path. It shouldn't be looking at these big mega best-selling authors and hoping okay or like that's your goal because that's not something you can control. Instead,
Mm.
control what you can, which is I'm going to get better at writing, I'm going to keep going. And I that's where I'm at. I feel pretty good. I honestly, like, just today I was re well I finished working on my spooky book.
You finished.
um well, just like I have like 80, I have like 90 solid pages done.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Thank you. So and it feels very good. It feels very mysterious and I love it. And then today I got my first round of past pages for Carnival Fantastico.
Mm.
And so I'm rereading it and like just feeling very grateful for how far I've come and like I can see it in my writing.
Mm.
And I can see it, I think I feel like even from the team around me, I think they're feeling it a difference with this story. And it feels like, we're gonna go somewhere, hopefully.
Yeah, I seem to see one of your reels went a little bit viral. One of the
Yeah. Oh
promo
my.
reels. She's building.
Yes.
What are we at now?
Yes.
It's exciting when it takes off, I have to say.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it was like at 66,000 views, which I think is hell. Please, everybody look at it. Go look at that cover. Um,
Yeah.
it's so funny though. Social media is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I see Ryan LaSala. He went mega viral for it was like uh this trend where you listen to music and you like create your perfect wedding, um, like how people walk down the aisle. It's a
Oh, yeah.
weird, random ass trend. He did it. He went mega viral for it, and it's like it's not for books. It's never for
Yeah.
books.
That was the same with me. My
Yeah,
my
yeah.
my first time eating gluten in 10 years reel has almost 100,000 plays. I
I love that.
was like, righto.
You're
But
like, by the way,
by the way,
how are you feeling with what's like going on in your writerly life? Like, spill the beans.
yeah, good. Most things have been like Jingle These Bells themed lately, which I live for. But I know the other day you're like, wait, girl, how's submission going? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, like I've honestly been so busy, like I don't think about it much. But there has been a few rejections trickle through, but honestly, it's just so slow that I do forget about it. But I was just like, yeah, my mood about that is weirdly elated. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, my rejections, the handful that have come through, like she's still going strong in the sub trenches. It's just, it's a common sentiment at the moment that the sub trenches are treacle slow. And yeah, I guess maybe it's helpful for someone to hear that as well. Like when I hear people, when we're chatting to Vanessa and she was saying something, I was like, man, it's always so helpful to hear it. So I was like, yeah, I will bring it up. It's just super slow. Like there's not it takes forever to hear back from editors, turns out. But the few rejections I've had through, I swear, girl, like they are fucking rave review. They're
I
mostly
love
rave. It's a rave review, and then they try come up with a reason. But like honestly, that's why like we're continuing strong and confirmed that it's gonna find its home because it's. Okay, I'll read you a few of my favorite
it.
parts
Love
of
that.
my
Love this.
submission rejections. Okay. Um, there's much to enjoy about the world Melanie has crafted, and Lillian's humorous voice, I chuckled several times at her internal thoughts. And then she was like,
Yes.
they've got a smaller list at the moment, and so they're sadly going to pass. But I'm like, Doesn't that sound like a rave review, not a rejection?
I'd say so. I'd say so. She's telling you you're voicey,
Yeah.
funny. I'm here for it.
That's it. So honestly, I'll read you a few more. It's been hard to like feel negatively about the experience other than the waiting. The waiting is agonizing, but thankfully
Yeah.
we've been so busy with Jingle These Bells, I tend not to think about it. But yeah, like I was expecting that if there was going to be rejections, it would be like, I don't know, like the writing's not quite there, or like you expect that if they like it, they're going to buy it. But it's really just proof of like sometimes it can be all the right things and like it's just not the right moment. Their list
Yeah.
might be full. They might have already taken on like that's part of what I'm realizing that like and that's kind of what makes me feel like courageous and currently like still delusional enough to think in all the right ways, I think, to be like, oh yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna find its home. I'm not even worried because when somebody says Melanie is undeniably a gifted writer,
Oh, let's stop right there. Hair flip. Yes, yes.
so I was just like, I don't know. Maybe it's the Delulu part of me, maybe it's the hopeful part of me, but I'm just like, nobody owes you that, especially not busy
Hmm.
editors. They don't need to say that.
Yes.
In
Repeat
fact,
it. Repeat it. Tell it. Let's hear it
Melanie is
again.
an undeniably gifted writer.
Mm,
Fuck yeah. Like, how can I be
yes.
sad when I get a rejection that says you're undeniably a gifted writer? I've never had anyone tell me that in my fucking life. Not in those exact words, in other words.
And many, many other
What
words.
about this
Yes.
one? Also, I think it's just like obviously I have my really dark down days, but maybe
Yeah.
it's just my gift or my curse to constantly make light of it. That's just how I cope as well. So it's not that I don't feel it some days, but I don't know. I feel like it's more fun to focus on the positives and like just trust in that book that it's going to find its home and like honestly like
Yes.
doing Throbbing Quill has made me like, if it doesn't find its home,
Oh, dude,
I may
honestly,
self-publish.
right. No, I have this vision of you being your own publishing house. Like
I
I
am.
see it. Yeah, no, you already are. So the visions come true. But I see it like big. Like I can you have what it takes. You have the like
Oh,
I was gonna say girth, that's not the right
no,
word.
I'll
You have
take
the
it. I have this,
okay,
I
you
have
have
the
the
soul girth.
yeah, oh yes.
You
Your
gotta
soul is girthy,
she's
you
in the
know.
soul.
You can handle you're a business boss bitch. So
I
even
would
if it's
need a
not even
big team because I am
yeah,
chaotic. Like I would need like the Robins and the Angela. Well, I
yes.
that's why we're doing it all together. There's no way I would tackle it myself, but seeing how the four of us have worked together, I can see how that side of business is actually enjoyable for me, which has been unexpected. But yeah, I do need the
Yes.
people who know the things because I
I
get
see you in an
overwhelmed.
office someday out here, just like with the glasses. Well, you already got the glasses, but you're like sitting there, feet up on the desk, as I imagine all editors to be. Feet up on the desk. You've got like a
I am a
cigarette in
feet on the
hand.
dash. I would have a cigarette and my feet on because I put my feet up on the dash in the car, so it would happen. I like to elevate my
Yes,
trotters.
elevating those trotters. It's happening, but not for this book because this book's gonna sell. But if it
It's
doesn't,
gonna
it
sell.
can
I
happen.
feel like
But
it's gonna
yes,
sell with
right.
quotes like Melanie's manuscript is so fun and I absolutely loved her authorial voice and these wholly original characters.
Yes, it's
Girl, like,
true. You are voicey. You create amazing characters. Yep, period.
oh,
I agree.
thank you. I think I've got one more. Oh, thank you for the opportunity to consider Beyond Love. I deeply enjoyed the fresh, quirky voice and imaginative premise. It's such a fun take on paranormal romance. Lillian's journey is both heartfelt and hilarious. Like, these
Period.
are my rejections. And then there'll be like something at the end. They're trying to give you a reason, but you just know they just didn't have the room for it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it's
That's what
giving.
it's giving. You're there. It's just we need a little dash of luck. It's just got to find that right person at the right time. And I think
That's
for
it.
all of publishing, that's it. Like you got to have the talent, sure, but also you have to have that thing that you just
Yeah,
can't control has to be in place. And so
that's it.
the universe is shifting. She's
It
getting
is
things
shifting. And
ready.
even if the
Yes.
universe isn't, my mindset has shifted, and that's everything to me. Like, people would pay good money if you could bottle up like that experience that helps you like even just like honestly, I don't know if I've already mentioned on the podcast the reason I'm eating gluten again to testify. My doctor was like, because I was low in iron. And honestly, listeners, taking like if you worried you may be like just check your iron. Check your iron. Everybody check your iron because like it really has been life-changing taking iron. And so my doctor was like, "Oh, let's test. I want to like check every box because I told her I don't eat gluten, whatever." And she's like, "But have you had the testing for celiac?" I was like, "Well, no, it was making me so sick. I stopped eating it. Rah, rah, rah." And it's honestly been like, it might sound like something so small and insignificant, but I was so unwell when I stopped eating gluten. And it wasn't just the gluten, right? It was like I very shortly after had a nervous breakdown of the highest order, So I think one of the reasons I was willing to attempt to eat it again, um, was because of how far I've come, because of all the therapy. But honestly, that shit was terrifying for me. Like, I could not have imagined trying to eat it again because it used to give me panic attacks and like I'd feel so sick and heavy for weeks after accidentally consuming it. So to actually like have the doctor be like, yeah, so you're going to eat the equivalent of four pieces of gluten bread every day for the next 7 weeks to get the test. I was just like, I don't think I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. Like I had to like take myself out and like
Mm.
be out. The first time like I've just had to go out to eat it because I was like, if I'm just sitting in my house, but like, yeah, just actually seeing my body, like how far it's come, how far my mindset has come to be able to do a challenge like that and to not just have panic attacks over it. And in the end, like my body is adapting to the point I'm questioning if I even am like as intolerant as I thought. But I think that's why she wanted me to do the test because that would track with my like timing of like how sensitive I became around my nervous breakdown. Because
Mm.
what she's saying is and this is my GP. This is what blew my mind because I've had suspicions about a lot of this for a while that the like gut nervous connection is like a whole thing, right? And yeah, like I've had suspicions that like healing my nervous system has gonna have all these other trickle-on effects, right? That you have more control and power than you imagine when you're in the depths of despair with anxiety and panic attacks. You feel like there's nothing you can do. But there are things, and they take a while to learn. It takes a long time to train your nervous system to feel safe again, but you can do it.
You
But
can.
anyway, all of that is to say, I'm like so shocked that she was like, oh, she was telling me to consider hypnotherapy because she's like, it may just be that the nerves around your gut have been overstimulated and then gluten is hard to digest or whatever. And I couldn't believe that my general practitioner doctor was saying this. So it got me thinking, like, I've done all this healing work over these years. What if I can handle it? So I am so curious to see what the results of the actual test are going to say. Because yeah, maybe I'm not. But anyway, it's somehow I had a point. We
No,
went on
well,
a
I think
journey.
where you're going is the your mindset shift,
That's it.
right?
Being
Like
able to do these
it's
things
so
has been
powerful.
mind blowing. And like that part, nobody can like, no one can give you that part. You give yourself that part, I think is what I was coming
Mm.
back to from what you were saying before. Like that's a journey you take. And like, honestly, that value that you find in that is worth more than any award they can give you because yeah, I don't know. Those are the real things for me. Like the real like I snuck away from work to have a coffee with my friend Ange the other day, and she's like, "Oh, thanks for making the time." Rah, rah, rah. And I was like, "No, like with the right people." I was like, "This is what it's about." Right? Like this moment, this connection. I was like, if I'm just working, what's the point if I can't like do the things, connect with the people I love? Like, yeah. So anyway, I somehow made it back around that circle. But yes, that's where we're at with submission. There's days you want to like tear your beard, but mostly I'm just like feeling strangely uplifted by the
Oh
editor's feedback
yes.
and their rejections. Just-
No, and I think you should because it's genuinely showing that you
yeah,
have a great authorial voice. Write great characters. You have great banter in your book. Like, so I would take it good too. I would, because
Thank
they,
you.
like you said, they literally don't have to say any of that.
No, that's it, eh? There was no critical feedback where my agent could have been like, because often what will happen is you'll get critical feedback and you'll be like, ah, we need to tweak this. But there's been nothing like
Yes.
that. And I think that's made me, yeah, like, okay, just keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, you'll find your place in this. And I already am, you know what I mean? Like, that's what's been
Yes.
really like, yeah, cool. Cool to
Yeah.
experience. Cool to live in this
Uh,
moment where like I've done enough healing to be able to do these things. And I think that's where the gluten intolerant thing came up into my chaotic brain.
She's going through so much growth, so much change. She's good. She's
It is
healing.
though. I couldn't have coped with
Yes.
it a few years ago. I
Yeah.
couldn't have coped with everything that I'm coping with now. And so yeah, that part's been very emotional, very
Yeah.
inspiring
You're so
to myself.
inspiring. I love it. Are you writing anything at all, or are you working purely on Jingle These Bells?
At some point, I want to go back to revising my middle grade that we want to take out on sub as
Yes.
well.
Hmm.
Um, and then I was working on a secret project. I don't know if anything will happen with that or not, but that one's already off. But yeah, honestly, I'm really taking my time with our Jingle These Bells edits because I just want it to fucking blow everyone out of the water. Like, I have agonized over these pieces the way I would agonize over my own work and just like sat with certain sentences to make sure it's gonna flow, to make sure it's gonna tie back. Yeah, like I do get that moment of like, oh my God, what if I forget how to write? Do you know what I mean? When you haven't written for a while. But
Yes.
I think I wanna finish with Jingle These Bells, and doing the podcast has kept me so busy at the moment. And honestly, it's giving me life. So it's been nice to have a break from writing, I'm not gonna lie. I think
No, that's
the
good.
pause.
Feeling alive and and other things are giving you life, then hell, that's where you need to be.
That's it. I want to get Mara's episode up today, so that's my plan for today. But yeah, just, editing, watching cult docos. I'm obsessed with this. You have to watch Kumaria with me.
Where are you streaming it
I
from? Well,
think
I
it's
guess
on
we have different things.
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah, I've just started. I haven't gone too deep into it, but yeah.
How do you spell it? Like, what is it called again?
Kumare, Kumare.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
I'll
this
look.
guy, and he like decides to, I guess he's gone through his own like deconstruction journey, and he decides to like pose as a guru and start his own cult to see like because he just believes that, yeah, that it's all fake and whatever. And so he was curious, like, if he poses as a guru, like, what will happen? And it's just astounding. Like, people immediately gravitate to him and they're like, oh, he's so wise. Like, I think, like, yeah, the kind of feeling is that people really want something to worship, and someone else to tell them how to live is kind of the underlying theme so far. It's fascinating to watch. I'm sure some people will be pissed, but I was reading somewhere that like a lot of people, even when he exposed himself to them, were like, no, Kumara is like so sacred and like just yeah, yeah, yeah. Which tracks, honestly, it all
Yeah.
tracks. It's
Yeah.
just fascinating. I didn't know it existed. It's honestly from like years ago. I didn't know it existed, but yeah,
Again, here it is, the
fascinating.
power of the brain, the power of the mind, right?
Right?
Like, the belief is so powerful. And if you believe in the right thing, if you believe in yourself, your goals and your dreams, like, imagine the power that you have. Like,
Yeah, that's how
you can
manifesting
start your own
works.
cult,
Yeah,
you know?
you
Like,
could, hopefully for good,
yeah,
not for,
believe in yourself. Start
well,
a
because I've
cult.
always wondered, like the cult leaders, like, do they believe in the shit they're selling? You know? I've always wondered that part, and I think the answer is probably some do, some don't. But yeah, it's fascinating to watch someone pick it apart from this angle. That's giving me so much life. The other side quest question I had for you, which I forgot about, is I don't want to forget our boo, A Cruel Thirst, just because we have Carnival raging. Like, are there any like highlights from A Cruel Thirst journey? Because I feel like it got
Hmm.
translated into Spanish and
Yes, it
seeing
did.
all the posts pop up, there was a whole new wave recently of Spanish accrual. How do you say it in Spanish? What's the
Una
title?
sed cruel.
Ooh,
Una sed cruel.
hot.
Yeah, it's been so awesome actually because A Cruel Thirst takes place in Alta California, which was part of the Mexican Empire. So it's Mexican vampires. And so it was published in Mexico. And so having actual Mexican readers love it and like seeing them highlight things and like and make character art and all this stuff is just the best feeling in the world. So so amazing. Um to just write stories where people feel represented and seen and
Mm.
like uh it's the coolest thing. It also came out in French, which is really fun.
What's it called in French?
Oh, girl, I I can't tell you.
You need to have your titles memorized in every language just in case
Yeah,
I
in
ask.
every language.
I'm asking you the most random questions, but they pop into my head at random, and then I suddenly really
Yeah.
need answers. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
beautiful.
cool.
It's beautiful. Yeah. So it seems to people like it there. It's out in the UK, which has been
People
really
have been
fun.
loving it in the like I can't remember which I feel like it's probably the Spanish translation and like people have been frothing. Like those posts
Yes.
are life-giving. Just seeing it get like another whole wave. It's just been
Yes,
so
it's been the
exciting. So I was
best.
just like wondering like how it's feeling on the other end, what were like favorite moments for you? Because we can't forget about our booze
Our
that got us
baby,
here, you
yes.
know?
Our babies, our babies. No, it's been cool. And then because people read it, then they find Sinner's Isle. And so like I keep forgetting about this book that I wrote, my very first book, you know, because you're like, oh, it's my first one. Like I would have done this, this, and this. But people read it and they really love her. So shout
How
out
could they
Sinner's
not?
Isle. Yeah.
Shout out Sinner's
Shout
Isle.
shout
She's
out stuff.
iconic. I know it must be
Yes.
hard to look back and be like, oh, I could have done this, could have done this. But she's perfect in her own right, you
She
know?
is. Yeah, and people are finding her and she's there for them when they need her at that time. It's been really, really fun. I honestly really think that I'm vibing. I'm feeling it. A Cruel Thirst is going to have her little moment when we get towards October. You know, when people are vibing vampires and vibing spooky things, and then of course it's Latinx History Month
Oh,
into
yeah,
that. So like, so I think she's gonna have her resurgent, find her
literally.
again.
And
Yeah,
people are gonna find her when Carnival comes out as well. She'll have another
yeah,
whole wave then and be like, wait, my new favorite author already has other books that I can look up. I feel like there's gonna be a whole new wave coming then. Can you hear Goose? Sorry.
yes. Goosey's excited too.
She's huffing in her little
Yeah.
diva huff.
Yeah. No, I'm like slowly working on like a little short story, Cruel Thirst epilogue, that will go
Epilogue.
up. Yes. It's
Yes.
8 months later. We get to see what everybody's up to.
Stop.
And
I
it's
love
so
that.
cute. Yeah, it's really, really cute.
Wait,
So
you better send it to me. I want the sneak peek before the basic bitches on the road.
no, I will because well, it's I haven't even
You don't
finished
have
it yet,
to.
and it's rough. No, I will
You don't have to.
because I want to hear what you think because it's really cute. Like it's sweet, and of course because that's how they are. But so there's maybe a wedding
Oh my
in
God.
this.
Slay. That's what everybody wants though at the end, you know?
Yes, but maybe not the wedding that you guys are expecting. So
Ooh. It's gonna be
yeah.
like everybody biting each other because they're vampires. It's like
They're not vampires. Oh, well, spoiler. Maybe I should have vampires in it.
are there no vampires in that one? You should
I
have
didn't
them.
know. Maybe, maybe, maybe I'll add werewolves.
Add something, girl. So there's gonna be
Oh, I
some
should.
fangs.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Anyway, I want updates when you feel like not that you have to, but I feel like it's good as well because you never know
Yeah,
who's finding this episode. We should always boost the old
that's
bebes
true.
and I always want to know like what's happening because yeah, like the release happens and then we kind of forget and move on with other stuff. But I reckon no, let's always like because you never know who's going to find it that day, you know?
That's true.
And
Yeah,
also, you worked
everybody,
so fucking
please.
hard. Let's not forget how fucking hard you
Yes,
worked on those things, you know?
exactly. Please buy A Cruel Thirst, buy Sinner's Isle, pre-order Carnival Fantastico. Like, give them to your friends, family. You know.
Yeah, and if you're feeling angry, buy Severed Cape. Buy Castle of Horror Anthology Volume
Yeah.
11. Revenge.
Yes.
You know?
And then Volume 12, right?
And Volume 12 with the brain.
If you're feeling jingly, pre-order Jingle These Bells. So we've got things you can buy if extra
Right?
dough.
That's it. Buy
Yeah.
the
Well,
hardcover or something, you know? Buy another one.
yeah. Buy another one. Buy another one. Yes. Or you could also buy our guests' books because
Mm.
they're amazing. I'm going to say as well because ours are amazing too. So
Yeah.
there's okay. I'm going to read Vanessa's bio. Fueled by the magic.
I was just gonna have these to cheer you on while you read. See if you can
Oh,
do it.
thank you. Okay. Well, I'm not going to look at them, so I'll be doing just fine.
They'll be looking at you.
They're going to be judging me. Fueled by the magic of espresso, Miami born Vanessa Montalban channels her wanderlust for far off worlds into writing young adult fiction. She is a first generation graduate from the University of Central Florida and is hard at work creating a collection of stories. She is represented by Danielle Burby, Burby, Burby of Mad Women Literary, and her
We're
work has
all
appeared
laughing
in
at you.
I know. Well, I got distracted because I saw them moving. Danielle Burby of Mad Women Literary, and her work has appeared in Diabolical Plots and Entropy magazine.
Slay.
Slay! We love
Sorry, that
Vanessa.
was
She's
mean
magic.
of me.
Hi guys. Oh my god, it's so good to
Hello!
be here.
Yes! We're so excited. Oh
I
my
always see you
gosh.
guys like talking and I'm like, oh my god, they look like such a good time. I can't wait to like one day.
And here you are amongst us, all good times having right here.
Yes.
Yes, honestly, I've been waiting for the moment too because like when I saw your name on the list, I was like, "Oh my God, haven't we like I thought we had you on." Like I was just like because I always felt the love. I was just like,
Exactly. It's always been there from a distance. And
"Yes."
while I'm watching, you guys are so just you make everyone feel so comfortable that I'm always just like, oh, I'm in their living room right now with them.
Yay! That makes us feel so good. No, it's so funny because every time I see you, I'm like, I need to ask Vanessa to be on the show,
Yeah.
and then it's just like my brain stops working. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna do it today. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
But here we are.
we've had the on and off conversation like through the DMs, and then I forget to follow up, and then time, it happens. But we're here.
We're
We made
here.
it. We did it.
I'm so distracted right now by the bobbleheads.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for
They are
noticing.
so cute.
Dude, like, okay, we're gonna have to start going again. Look at
I love them.
I just got them in the city at this little stand, so literally their heads come up. It's just like what do you call it? Laminated. So I took my photo and I sent it to them, and then they just do it while you're in the shop. So I feel like I need more. Like they're so exciting. The witches felt right, but there was like really cool ones like in kimonos and like in sitting in lotus flowers. But to get the couple ones,
The
I
magicians were, I mean, the fairies,
I
magician.
yeah, I felt like witches was kind of it felt right, you know? Couple of
Yes.
witches over here.
I've been
I
known to
love
rock a tie here and there, so just
how fashion forward of you.
yes, yes, I'm very fashion forward. Oh my
Listen, they
god.
picked that order, and later I was like, I probably would have felt like I should have reversed it, but it kind of works, Daddy Montoya coming out with her witchy pride, you know?
Don't you have the hat that says daddy? Or don't one of you have a hat that says daddy?
I'm
I feel
sure.
like I've seen that.
I'm sure. What do
We
I have
need
a
it. If we don't have it, we need it.
yeah. I'm like going through all my wardrobe now. I know I have a DILF, but it's a Carlisle one. So
Oh, okay. So that's probably what I saw.
maybe I do. I don't, or maybe I present as daddy, as father.
That feels correct. I'm now gonna have to look for a way to make you Daddy Montoya merch. But we're
It's
so
like a
happy
whole
to
new
have
girl.
you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
is. Well, I think this actually translates well into our first like official question that we love to ask people.
Okay.
Which and we'll introduce you later, like in an early, like we'll record that separately.
Okay.
So just so you know, we will introduce you professionally on the pod. But I want to segue into our favorite question, which is, what is the strangest thing you own?
Oh my goodness. You know, like when I was like looking through my stuff, I was like, wow, I am so boring. but then I was like, I have this common, no, it's not common. It's a household item that I think should be common.
Ooh,
It helps find local water. It helps commune with the spirits. It
ooh.
tells you a little bit of the future, and it's dowsing rods. So I have my very own dowsing rod.
Oh my God.
I officially bought like actual proper ones because my dad used to always do them with hangers. Like he
Ooh.
would just like place a hanger on his hand to find water. And so I went like and got real ones. Like now I can find water.
Have you done it around the house?
I have, yes. And I've done it like when I've lost things. I'm like, okay, point me to my phone. And I think subconsciously I know where my phone is. And I'm like leading myself there. But no, it's the spirits. It's the spirits for sure.
Has water ever been found with these rods?
Yeah. So when we were redoing like the plumbing in our bathroom, my dad came with his hanger and we're like, that's not gonna work. You know, like we don't want to start digging up the whole backyard to find the pipes. But he comes out here with the hangers and he's like, we're just following him around with these hangers in the backyard. And he stops somewhere in the middle. He's like, right here. And sure enough, we dig and the water pipe was right there along where the dowsing rod had been pointing. So I was like, wow, that's so neat, you know. And then I learned the history behind them and they're still used today
Really?
in certain communities to like look for water and stuff, which is really cool.
Wow.
Am I lagging? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Oh,
you.
hear you now. I think it
Okay,
was
good,
just for a moment. The rods didn't want us talking about their secrets.
The rods, yeah, the rods are like, shut up, Angela, you have had enough. No, but we have them as well.
Oh, do
and
you?
when we first moved into the property and we were trying to figure out where to dig, you know, for trees and whatnot, my father-in-law, he made them himself. Like he found some metal, just, you know, did it himself. So I don't know if it's a Latino dad thing. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But he came with the rods and he found exactly where like the good spots were, where we should dig and where we could find water. And it legit. And it's funny because I just sent Melanie a video of a woman and she talks to, I think she talks to extraterrestrials with the rods.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
And she
not me. Like not me.
Yeah, no, the lady. But the lady, they told her that roly-polies are actually aliens. So
oh, well, that makes sense.
Roly-polies, also known as butchie boys in Australia. Which is why Angela sent me this glorious fact. But I mean, it kind of works. They're very like up close. They're like these little armored robots, you know. Like it's very. Yeah. It could be. There
was also an old cartoon of Roly Poly. Do you remember? Like there was like this old cartoon called Roly Poly, and they had like a whole Roly Poly song. So when you mentioned Roly Poly, they look like aliens in the cartoon. So,
see,
I was thinking those Roly Polies.
Honestly, I would have found it more believable if it wasn't for that particular chick in that video. I was just like, she just had that very specific vibe. I was like, okay. Actually, I'll tell Angela this in the intro. Otherwise, I will go on a side quest and we will never come back to books.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We're heading that way.
I stopped myself. Are you proud?
Yes. Good job. Good job.
I would be absolutely no help. Like I was already thinking, I was like, I'm gonna pop into this meeting and I'm just gonna be like from one thing to the other because my concentration today has been no bueno at all.
That's what we love.
We do love it.
That's what we're here for. Yes. We're here to go into tangent territory. Just go for it. It's good.
That's true, but I want to hear your tangents where I know I can. I'll be chewing Angela's ear off in the intro about the cult doco I'm watching. So I want to hear all about you.
Yes. Which I think that's a good another segue
Yes.
into what is something you think about way too often? Like, what is your Roman Empire? What
I
gets
was
that
just gonna
brain going?
The Roman Empire that lives rent free in my head is actually two very specific things. And it's 2005 Keira Knightley's Pride and Prejudice. I
Ooh.
just think of that movie way too often, way
Yes,
too often.
I
And it's
approve.
not necessarily a bad thing, but like it's there
Mm.
24/7. And the second thing is more of a new obsession, but it's the Odyssey through the Epic Meet the Musical, which I know you know it. I know you know that one.
Yes, yes, yes. I love.
I have to listen to that every time I get in the car, when I'm showering, when I'm cleaning. Like, like the classic put on salsa music on Sundays. Now it's been me putting on epic music on Sundays. And, like bellowing it out the whole time.
Wait,
But
is
yeah.
it a movie or you saw it in theater?
No, so it's like it's a whole musical that's only uh you can't see it. Like it's only on Spotify or
Ooh.
on like you can only listen to it for now. Hopefully they're gonna make it into like a Broadway production and a
Wow.
movie. So yeah. And they have cartoon like they call it animations that you can watch on YouTube so you can see like the whole storyline through little animations that fans have made,
It's
which
so
Aw.
are
good.
great.
It's so good. You have great taste. You have
Thank you,
such
thank
good
you.
taste.
Mhm.
Yes. I love where your brain's at.
It lives there.
I'm
I
gonna have to
just
look it
used a
up.
song. No, I used a song from it today in my post.
Which
So,
one? Which one?
Stop.
uh, I don't. What's the title?
Sing
Where
it
he's
for
like,
us.
oh
Sing it
yeah.
for us.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Now I can't think of how it goes.
Karaoke.
Penelope.
Oh, yeah.
I love
I
that you
will fall
both
in love with
made.
you.
Yes, that's it. I will.
I love that you both made a very specific face when you started singing that. I want to
You
know
have to
about
do the
that face.
yearning.
Is that
Yeah, it's
like the
the
character?
yearning.
Oh, it's the
That's
yearning.
Yeah.
that's the yearning. Yeah, I think you just have to
Mm.
like squeeze the feeling out of you, like pinch it.
It's so true. It's so true. I feel this in my soul. It's like you just have to, there it is.
Yeah,
Especially that song is just,
that's the first one I heard, and it just made me bawl my eyes out. So I was like, okay, I have to watch it. I have
yeah.
to listen
Wow.
to the whole thing. And it started on TikTok, which was really interesting. He put an open cast call on TikTok. He's like, I wrote this play. I need singers. I need, actors for it. And people just started auditioning through Stitches. And that's how it
Wow.
started. That's how it evolved. I was like, "Oh, that's
Oh,
genius."
I did not know that. And that is so creative and so cool.
Yeah. It was, during the age of like our COVID era. So people were
Oh,
banding together to put this production together. And it was really
oh
nice.
my God. I
It-
love that it's had this like cult following just from the audio. Here I was
Yeah.
thinking it was like Broadway's big thing and I'd somehow missed it, but that's
It
wild.
might be
And
soon, hopefully.
yeah, I hope so. I love theater.
Yeah, me
Ooh.
too.
Gosh, I love that so
Well,
much.
speaking of creative things, have you always wanted to be a writer yourself?
So I've always loved to write. Like I've always known that I'm gonna continue to write. Like I've always done poetry, short stories. So it's always been my outlet. And I've also always
Mm.
been a big reader. But I didn't grow up around a lot of readers. So I don't know, like it just didn't seem like a actual career that you can do. For me, like it was
Mm.
always something either that you had to like be born into or be like a prodigy or something. And it wasn't until like maybe my 20s when Twilight came out. I read Twilight, fell in love, and then I started reading everything I could in YA fantasy genre. I was like Divergent, Hunger Games, and
Mm.
it just instilled like it just like reignited this passion. And I was like, I'm gonna complete a book. I'm gonna get really serious about this and really figure out how to publish a book. So that's when in my 20s, I would say, is when I really decided that a writing career might be my
Mm.
my focus.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay. We are the same person. I love this for both of us because same. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So once you decided, like, okay, this is what I want to try, how did you get from here I want to try to here I am, published author? Like, can you take us through your journey to being published?
Yeah.
long journey.
That sigh though.
Trauma.
I felt the anguish. I felt
Oh
it.
my gosh. It's just like publishing can be just filled with anguish sometimes.
Yes.
But yeah, there was a lot of like ups and downs. You know, my first book that I ever finished when I was in my 20s, when I was like going off the back of like all this YA craze. And I'm just like, I love this stuff. So I made a YA dystopian novel and I queried probably every agent that was available at the moment and got so many rejections, made so many mistakes with that first book. But I did end up getting like a small pub deal and the rights got returned to me after my editor left. So that one never got published. And I'm really glad it didn't because looking back at it, I'm like, it was not ready. I was not ready. So with my second book, I tried again. I got an agent with that second book, and that also didn't work out. So we parted ways. And then by that point, I was feeling like really, I wasn't really confident in my writing, or I was feeling really dejected. So I made it more my focus to like go back to school. I was like, all right, let me sharpen, hone those skills a little bit more so I can try again. And I did. I went back for my creative writing degree. And while I was in school, I was writing my third book. And I don't know, just having like peers that are into the same things you are and professors that believe in your work, like they see you, they see the potential, getting that feedback, getting forced to read craft books because like on my own, it's really hard to push myself to want to read craft books. But while you're in school, like you have to. That really, once I graduated, I was like, man, I feel much more confident in my abilities. And then I joined Las Musas, which is the same mentorship program that Angela is part of. And Nina Moreno was my mentor. She is fantastic. She writes like these swoony, emotional romances. And she really helped me, like, because I couldn't finish my book. I guess like I kept like, I don't know, there was that that like self-doubt, that confidence thing. I couldn't finish that book. Yeah. So she was like, she helped me get to like the heart of the story that I was trying to tell and help me like finish it. So I was able to put more of a focus on finishing that story. And that was my debut, The Tall Dark Trouble. And yeah, I was like, thank you, Nina. Thank you. And then back then in the Twitter days, I did Latinx Pitch. I did DV Pit. And that's where I got my agent. And then from there, we went on sub for like 5-6 months. A few offers came in, which I was like, I was just like in shock. Like I couldn't even feel the emotion at that point because I was just like, this isn't real.
That's so real though, when things actually, anything happens after how long we're like, like honestly, every time I just hear one of our author friends share their journey, I'm just once again all over just in awe of our writing community because it's bloody hard. There's just so much banging your head against the brick wall with like nothing happening, or you get like a little, you get the carrot and then they take the carrot away, or the carrot is like wilts in your mouth, whatever, like it's just
the
really
carrot wilting. Yes.
yeah, I just feel I'm welling up listening to you because it's like very relatable and like yeah, you've really done so much work to get where you are and it's why we love doing this show just to like really talk real facts because on social media we just often see the highlights reel, but behind it we're all like suffering.
We're all suffering, we're all stressed, we're all trying to figure out what to do and there's no like I mean there are some guidebooks but they're not it's not the be all end all for every person.
Yeah.
There is no magic way to get a book deal or like make it happen. There really is just like, and it's corny to say but like just write the next thing, keep trying, keep doing it until something sticks.
Yeah.
Until something sticks and something hits. So when the offers, can you tell us, like, take us to that time? Like, how did it go? Like, did you get multiple offers? Did you have calls with editors? Like, tell us a little bit about that. Give us the tea.
Okay. So my first, okay, I think I could say this. I think that's fine. My first offer that came in was from Disney, from the writer of Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan's imprint.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And they told me that Rick Riordan read the book and loved it. And I was just like, that to me was like, I felt more emotion out of like the money and the everything. That moment when they told me, Rick Riordan read your book and loved it,
Mm,
I was just like, I had to lay on the floor and just like die a little bit. But
Yeah.
but
that's
then after
wild.
that, it was super wild. And then after, we got a few other offers that came in, and I jumped on the calls with the editors. All of them were fantastic. Like, it
Mm.
really was such a hard decision to make. But I fell in love with Tiffany Liao. She's my author with, my editor with Zando. Now she's with Penguin Random, which I'm working on my third book with her now. And I just loved how she spoke about my book. Like, she was remembering scenes and what I meant by that scene, which I didn't even know what I meant by that scene, but she did. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe you can help me like conceptualize like a better version of it.
Mm.
So yeah, I ended up going with her, and it's been great. It's been great.
Oh my gosh, that's so freaking exciting. I love hearing these stories. Like, it's just the coolest thing. Okay, so now you have got your second book out. So is that with a different publisher? I'm trying to remember. Can you tell us like how that came to be as well? Was it with, yeah, tell us that too. I'm just being nosy.
No. I'll tell you. I'll tell it all.
Okay.
Expose. Yeah, so the first book deal that I got was a 2-book deal.
Okay.
I had like when by the time I turned in A Tall Dark Trouble and we had finished revisions, These Vengeful Wishes, which is my second book, was already I think already written. So I didn't have to do that whole like writing on deadline, which was really nice because like, I heard horror stories about it, which I experienced with my third book. It wasn't too bad. I did learn how to outline, so that helped me a lot. But yeah, the two first books came out with Zando because it was a 2-book deal, and then the third book, Tiff went to Penguin Random. So I followed her. I'm just over there now with her,
No.
and yeah, and then other cool things to come that I can.
Okay, I love to hear that. Love that.
I'm
Little
drafting
drops
really
of tea. Yes.
Little bit,
But
little
it's so
bit.
special when you do find people that just it like hits so different when you find people that read your work and they just get it. Because you're right, like they just pick up stuff that's like, wait, I didn't even realize I don't remember writing that. And it's like they really understand the soul and it makes all the difference. So I
Yeah.
love that
Sometimes they
journey.
can read you a little better than like
Yeah.
yourself, right? Like, you're just writing from your own experience, like things
Mm.
that you're feeling at the moment. And then a reader will come and be like, I see what you were trying to do here. Like, I felt this. And you're like, wow, I didn't even know that like that was in there, but I'm glad it resonated.
Yes.
It's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah. Is there something that surprised you about publishing?
Um, I didn't know that it was going that everything would take forever. I didn't know that you
Mm.
would go like years or months to find out even like a simple yes or no or like anything. Everything takes forever.
Yeah.
And when you're an impatient person, that makes it really hard. But
Yes.
yeah, and then also like the rejection, like I was surprised that rejection continues even after you
Mm.
publish, so sometimes like you're so desperate to, or like for me, I was so desperate to get to that position of that I published a book, that's it, like
Yeah.
my dreams come true, and they did. But there's also so much more hard work that comes with that, and it is like almost a business, right? You have to do so much more other than just writing. And it was kind of hard to like
Mm.
put that hat on, like that marketing business savvy person hat on. So I guess that's what surprised me the most, for sure.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh, yes. It's interesting because like when you first start writing, you're just writing, you're in love, you're doing all the
Yeah.
things, and even being like on social media, it's just all fun. It's all
Yeah.
funsies. But it's true, like once the contract comes, it becomes fun and business. And then maybe a little more business some days. And it is interesting like how much like behind the scenes work really goes into being an author. It's not just getting to do the fun creative stuff. It's all of the emails and all of the
Yeah.
stressing over marketing your book and all of that stuff. So yeah, there's so
Yeah.
much to it. It's wild.
And it also, like, I was also really surprised because in my head, I pictured like writing in a cabin by myself, getting
Yeah.
like letters from fans and just opening up my mail and being like, oh, yes, I'm so good. And then going back to my typewriter because I write only from a
Yes.
typewriter in my dreams, apparently.
Yes.
But
Yes. In a cabin, always in a cabin in the woods, 100%.
always in a cabin in
Yes.
the woods. There's snow, there's a fire lit, there's like a mug of hot coffee on my hand. Yeah, that's the dream. But it's actually like, go to conferences, go to book events, you know, and be more in like the public eye. And if you're an introvert, which I am, it's really scary. That was like,
Mm.
I think the biggest transition for me was learning to put myself out there more, like stepping out of the comfort zone more often. But
Mm.
that's also the most rewarding part, right? Like, I love also finding all this community of people that are like passionate about the same things. Because
Yeah.
before it was very isolating. I thought it was like you get in this bubble of writing, right? And like if you're not surrounded by a lot of people around you that write or are into that, it feels like you're just a loner, like you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
But when you find this community, you're like, wow, you know, everyone else is the weirdo. I'm just kidding. Or we're all the
Mm.
weirdos together.
No,
No,
absolutely.
everybody else. We're cool. It's everybody else now. Yeah.
We were the cool ones all
Literally.
along.
I agree with that statement so wholeheartedly. It's like one of my friends was saying how, she used to be like on the outskirts, in a room. And I'm just like, well, we'll make a new center of the room because once you gather the people who like maybe your thoughts are like more weird and wild than what they're talking about, but to the right person, that's like water in the desert. It's like, wait, I want to talk about those things too. I don't want to talk about the shit. You don't need, that's why you're on the real reason you're on the outskirts is I don't want to talk about that shit.
Exactly. The small talk is
Yeah. But I love that
True.
you've brought this up. I'd love to dive a little deeper, like because yeah, like a lot of us are introverts. Like, how do you have like, what would you tell somebody who was at the start of like the networking side of things, being an introvert? Because there's so many of us that are. Was there like certain things, like, did you like challenge yourself? Or yeah, how did that look for you? If you don't mind me being nosy.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be 1,000% transparent here.
Yeah.
I I was so nervous to the point that I was considering quitting. Like I was
Mm,
like, maybe this is not the right career for me because I just don't feel comfortable public speaking. I don't feel comfortable being in a huge crowd of people. I had like really bad social anxiety. But I did go to therapy. I went to many therapy sessions. I went on medication, which also helped. And and I also practiced a lot. So I started doing events like on a scale that I was more comfortable with. I told my publisher, I was like, I'm only comfortable if I can speak with another author. Like I can't go up there by myself. At that moment I was saying I can't go up there by myself. Now I'm like maybe I can challenge myself to do it.
mm.
So I guess that's the main thing, right? Like to continuously like challenge yourself to try. And because it's practice, everything is practice. And so, and also like the therapy, big on the
Yeah,
therapy.
me too. I hear that so hard in my bones. But no, I really appreciate you sharing that because, like, yeah, sometimes I think, again, people watching might just see the leap and might just see you at the event. And it's like the same with this podcast. They might see us now after all these years and be like, wow, but like, it was a journey for both of us, like, because we're also to the, like, same, been to so many times to the point where I would just be like, nah, not worth it. I'm gonna go live in a cave. Like my nervous system cannot handle this. Like I'm not. But then, yeah, I guess the draw, the siren call of the bookish community just kept calling
Yeah,
to my heart. I was like, well, fuck, fine. I'll have a podcast and do the things. But
exactly.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you find the moments that you love about it, right? So
yeah.
like you start tricking yourself, almost like changing the way you think of things, right?
Girl, I
Instead
do
of
trick myself. Like that's
yeah.
so real. I trick myself all the time to things.
Yeah, you
I,
truly do.
I'm the same. Like before, when I was like, I'm so nervous, I'm gonna throw up. Now I'm just like, it's an adrenaline rush. This is what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
feeling.
yeah. I'm
Yeah!
excited. This is excitement. My nervous system is just telling me how great this is.
I'm like channeling the Viking in me somewhere inside.
Yes.
I'm
Mm.
It's the
1%
only way.
Scottish, so I'm like, well, that's not Viking, but Highlander.
No, I feel
Channel it
it.
I'm
anyway. Yeah.
channeling it.
I love that. No, I remember like my very first bookish event was Y'all Fest, and
Mm.
that's where I met you.
Yeah.
And I was such a nervous wreck, and I kept I kept finding you in different spaces, and I'd be like, okay, like at least I have a friend here that's like we're in it together. We're Vikings together, and I think it's like you find that calming presence wherever you go of like that one person that's like here with you. You know what I mean? And that was a
Oh, I love
wild.
that you felt that way because
Oh
I
yeah,
also felt like when I saw you, I was like, I felt calmer too. I was like, okay, I know someone. They're so sweet.
we
I know I'm
got
not gonna be.
somebody. Yeah.
And it was an incredible experience. Then we were dancing by the end of the night. So
Exactly. Yes. And then we ended the whole night. Like we were the last ones to leave.
oh my gosh. I told my husband, I was like, why do we always have to be like the last people at a party? Like the ones that they're trying to like escort out, but the music is going, so I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah. That was it. We were just like, yep, cha-cha slide, Charleston. We're here for it.
They were doing something else some dance I've never done before, but I was like, I'm gonna try it.
We got in there. We got in there. And it was great.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing that you both
Yeah.
went into that being like, I want to quit my job, and by the end you were the last ones at the party? That makes my heart so happy. And it's like such a testament to this community and such a testament to like being brave and why it's worth challenging the part. It's so worth challenging the part of you that resists you bringing more goodness in your life because all those big, wonderful parts of life that open up generally come from like us, like challenging that like fear and the resistance that we feel in ourselves. And then that's like such a like perfect example. I live that you were both there, just like kicked out at the end of the night. So
Yeah.
wonderful.
And I
Not the
almost
part
didn't
about
go
being
to that.
kicked out.
I think they were tolerating us fairly well.
Yeah. But
But
you
I
were
almost
saying you
didn't go
almost
to
didn't
that
go.
party because I was so nervous, and I'm just so glad I did because like I think I've changed my fear to being perceived to the fear of regret. I don't want to look back and be like, I wish I would have done that. Like imagine what would have came from that experience. So I don't want to like look back at things with regret. I'd rather look back at things and be like, okay, that one didn't go as well, but like there'll be more better times rather than
Yes.
have I
Mm,
missed that entirely.
Yeah. Because
And
you're like, at least I did it. At least I tried.
yeah.
exactly.
The
And it's
worst
still
that
like a pat in
can
the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the worst that can happen is what I tell myself is the worst that can happen is the worst scenario in your mind. So get
Yeah.
comfortable that that could happen, and then
Yeah.
either way, it's just like you said, you have that memory then, or it didn't work out, and you're like, okay, next one, let's try the next one. But even the bad experiences, even the failures, they build you up. They make you realize, oh yeah, that was shit. No one talked to me. I
Yeah.
laughed in the taxi on the ride home because I was such a loner. And then you're like, wait, but it what the worst case scenario happened and I was fine. And then the next one you might meet your best friend in the world at the next one. It's like so I love how you worded that so much. My heart was giving you a standing ovation.
Don't ask me to replicate it because I already forgot what I said, but I'm glad it worked.
We've
Don't
got it
worry.
recorded.
Yes,
good,
it's
good.
going to be the sound bite I was living.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
new experiences, push yourself, but also like put boundaries, right, for debut authors. Like first, like incredible, you're here, you have a book out, like that's the main thing. And give yourself a pat in the back and then realize like a lot of things are out of our control, out of our sphere of what like how successful a book is going to be. So enjoy the smaller moments, always work on the next thing, and yeah, and keep pushing yourself to try something different.
So good. That's so good. Taking notes in my own head right
Oh
now.
yeah, me too, because
You
I'll
know,
forget.
right? It's that constant, like having to remind ourselves all the time, and that
Yeah.
constant fear or feeling of like I need to hide but no, we're still here.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, I
We
want
can
to
hide
ask,
some
like,
days.
yes, yeah.
Some days we can hide.
Some days.
Some days we're allowed it, and we
Yeah.
need it. We have to
Yeah.
refuel, and
That's
that's
where
okay.
Keira Knightley comes in.
I love how you brought that back full circle.
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for that piece. I love it. Well, to go against peace, I want to ask, like, what has been the hardest part of your journey so far?
Oh, the hardest part. I mean, I would say it's like they call it like the debut blues, right? That after you debut, you have this idea of what success looks like in your mind. Like you think your book is gonna be hitting like all the milestones that everyone else is hitting, and you don't see it kind of climb up. Sometimes it stays a little stagnant or it gets like lost in the kerfuffle. But I don't know if that's a real word, but I just said it.
Feels good.
Yeah, we
Feels
use
right.
it here. I was living.
Okay, good. But yeah, so it's just like coming to that realization that you can't really control how well your book is going to do.
Yeah.
And you want to be proud, like you're proud of what you put out in the world. You want others to read it. But some things are just, out of your realm of possibility at the moment. But that doesn't mean you can't just keep trying and working on the next thing. And that's what I've been kind of like reminding myself of, that there's still opportunity for growth. This is an author career that I want to have. It's not a one book, one time thing. So I'm building a brand, I'm building a name, and that's what my focus is trying to be on, and not just that one book.
My queen, yes. Yes. Every fiber of my being agrees so hard with everything you're saying. And it's like, I feel like if you don't lean into that mindset, I just can't see how people last long term. Like, if you can't kind of reframe stuff, if you can't see it as a career investment, if you can't see some parts as your student days, like, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Like,
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, and it's definitely okay to wallow, because I definitely have my wallowing days. I'm like, why didn't it do as well as I thought? And like the whole like perreta. I don't know how to say it. A tantrum.
Oh, cute. Say it the first way again. It's so cute.
Perreta.
Peretta. Oh my God, it's cute. I'm gonna go have a peretta right after this. No, I
won't. Seriously.
Yes.
I love when words sound like what they mean. I can literally picture a kid throwing a tantrum with having a peretta, you know? Oh, go in your room and have a peretta. Mama's gonna have a cocktail, you know?
The Spanish language is very emotive for sure.
I love.
Here for it. Okay, well, I see we have like almost 2 minutes left remaining on our recording, which is awful news. But I want to real fast. Can you plug your books, because they are magnificent? You are a story fucking teller. So can you tell our listeners who haven't read them about your books?
Okay, so rapid style, right?
Yeah.
So my book, my debut, A Tall Dark Trouble, is like a Latinx practical magic retelling with historical elements. 3 Cuban American wishes are navigating love, magic, and murder. And then my second book, These Vengeful Wishes, is a Nicaraguan folklore retelling. I often do folklore retellings. And it's based off La Cegua, which is a horse-faced spirit who lures cheating and unfaithful men into the woods, reveals her face, and kills him.
Oh my God, yeah.
We love her.
I know, I love her. We support a woman's rights and wrongs. And then the third book is another Nicaraguan folklore retelling based off La Carreta Nagua, which is Death and his oxen cart. So Death is a character in the story, and it's a horror romance. So yeah, it's fun. And then other things come.
And other things. And all
the short pictures were iconic. It's gonna cut us off any second, but seriously, like maybe condensing it like that, I was like, dang, I need them all right now.
Put them in my pocket. Yes, you are so talented. We adore you. We are so happy you got to come on here finally.
I'm so glad to